Okay, so hello to our audience of Metal Zone Radio Show on Oxygène Radio. That's the name of the show. We are in Limoges today for a fucking bill with SACRED REICH and Night Demon. And we are with Jarvis from Night Demon. Hello, Jarvis. How are you?
Hello, I'm good. Bonjour.
Yeah. In French, en français. Cool.
Impressive. That's all I know. Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to do all the interview in French.
Yeah. Oui. Yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot for taking time to answer some questions. So how are things in your life at the moment? And you are on the road with the mighty SACRED REICH.
Yeah, things are good. Man, we've been on the road a lot in this last 4 or 5 years. So this is the final, I guess we're wrapping up the touring cycle on Darkness Remains, which came out April 2017. Yeah. You know, our touring cycles are quite long. We did a live album last year that kind of, gave us a little more life on this one. Yeah. But, we've kept receiving good offers and thought, if we have an opportunity to play in front of some fans that don't know who we are, that's good, And then obviously the fans that do know, they've been coming to every gig, but they're always wanting new music, and I understand that. But at least they know what's happening, and they know what's out there now, what we're playing, and they're singing all the words and stuff. So it's cool. Life is short, but it's also long. So yeah. At the end of the day, when our career is all summed up, it won't mean as much, and hopefully it'll be worth the wait. So.
So, first of all, can you tell us the genesis of the band? Were you all friends before starting the band?
Yeah, for sure. And especially the current incarnation of the band. We were all friends and playing in other bands before. So we all kind of came from the same scene, Ventura, California, which is a small beach town north of Los Angeles. There's a big hardcore punk legacy in that town. Not much metal besides Sirathungal, that's it. We're kind of the only two real metal bands that kind of made it out of there. But yeah, no, we've been friends forever. Armand, our guitar player, I've known him over 20 years, so, and him and Dustin were in a band previous to this. So yeah, we're like family, Okay,
yeah, we can say that, like family. So yeah, we're talking about Darkness Remains, your second album. So it was released in April 2017, 2 years and a half after, because we're in November 2019. Can you tell us if a new album will be released next year? Can you tell us more about that?
I can't say too much about it, but we are in the studio doing some stuff, and there will be new music in 2020. I promise. That's what I can say about it. There will be. Yes. Okay. Yes.
So be patient. It will come. It will come.
Yeah. Again. Like. Yeah. We can wait. It's. We just, we haven't made really any mistakes musically yet, and we're just taking our time and kind of trying not to repeat ourselves, and do something a little bit, challenge ourselves a little bit, Yeah, so we want to just make sure that it's right. Some of the songs that we've been working on, we've demoed over 13 times, and just really we're a more quality over quantity band. So a lot of bands put out a release every year, or a lot of releases, which I think is cool too, but all of my favorite bands, they kind of have a selected discography, and it's everything that they do. If you keep the quality level high, and that's kind of what we're trying to go after.
So, can you tell us how did the writing and the composition process works in Night Demon?
Yeah, it's basically your standard Metallica formula. You kind of start with a riff and then you hum a vocal line. Oh, sometimes we'll have a vocal idea first, or like a theme, and then kind of try and write the music to that, which is kind of difficult, unless you're a super schooled musician and you can see, some musicians can see this is the sound of the color blue, it's but we just kind of do what feels good. And, again, it's like you listen, we're such music fans for so long. It's so difficult sometimes to try and be original and come up with something new, or again, not repeat yourself. And I think, we know now when it feels right. And, I think we're just striving harder and harder to just do the best that we can,
And did everyone participate to the composition, the lyrics, the music in the band, the democratic band?
It's pretty democratic. But the lyrics are pretty much left up to me. But I'm always open to You know, I'm not one of those guys, you know, where my lyrics are personal, man. They're so deep to me, and like, you know, something, yeah, and like being a singer, being musical, sometimes like certain vowels sound better than others. So, you know, a lot of times if you read the lyrics of a song, it's not written out like poetry almost. Like you have to make it sound good to the listener too. So it might not make total, you know, sense when you're reading it out. But no, I'm always open to that stuff. But I mean, generally, it's me who that duty falls on. And I'm no, you know, I'm no Shakespeare. So I've really been trying to push myself though recently. You know, with a lot of with the lyrical content. I've always been very cliche with my stuff, and like it's not rocket science, you know, but I'm getting into more metaphorical things now, which are a little bit more creative, you know. So
okay, cool. So how does your taste in music differ from your bandmates?
Oh wow, well, we all like we do like the same stuff, you know, like some of the common bands that we all like are like Thin Lizzy, Metallica, Maiden, yeah, of course, you know. But like our drummer really likes like 80s cock rock, like butt metal, you know, like Sunset Strip, like Poison and shit, you know. And like that stuff's like, I mean, you know, a good song's a good song. But yeah, that's kind of like his thing. You know, Armand listens to everything, you know, so, and I listen to a lot of different stuff. I really don't listen to a lot of metal when I'm on the road. Yeah, I mean, I like 70s rock, I guess, kind of metal, Rainbow and stuff, you know. But I'm a big Thin Lizzy fan. But I also like Depeche Mode a lot, you know, and stuff like that. Yeah.
What are your songs talking about, and are there themes that you do not wish to talk about?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much your cliche heavy metal, evil and darkness, you know. We're starting to get a little more out of that and getting into more real kind of themes, you know. More, I think, like, I with music now, I just want to have more of an emotional experience with it, you know. But the things that we don't talk about are politics and religion. At all. No, never. No. It's just me. Yeah. How long is this interview? Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm just saying. I like to get into this. Yeah. It's like you're not gonna. You need to respect everybody, and you can't force your agenda on other people, no matter how stupid you think they may be, or you know, it's everybody has a different experience with that, and those are some really heavy topics, and. You know, it's funny how much the world changes. And I think that when you talk about politics, especially current events, it kind of dates the band. Like it dates the song because it's like we have a history of, here I go talking about politics. We have which I don't want to, but I will. We have a history in the world of horrible politicians and leaders and all these things. Like it's not going to end. So if you're going to talk about whatever's happening now, you're basically talking about what's going to be happening 100 years from now and what's happened 100 years previously, you know? So, but I'm not, you know, I'm all about free thinking and that stuff. And, you know, but it's just not for me because I'm not going to be a hypocrite because I'm not out in the streets like protesting and I'm not really fighting that. So I'm not gonna try and push that agenda.
Now let's talk about. Do you remember the first time you came to play in France with Night Demon?
Man, you know, I really don't know. It's been. It had to have been on our first tour, though. Maybe it's had to have been in 2015, maybe 2014.
Yeah, I know. I can say to you. Yeah, it was 2014 at Le Corrigan and Aix-en-Provence in the south of France. But yeah, I read that. I find that on the internet. You can't play in France.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like I didn't even know where we were coming today. I woke up in the bus and I was like, "Hey,
we are in Limoges."
Yeah, no, I know. Like, so I see it on the schedule, but I try and just go one day at a time, or else I go insane, you know? That's funny though, man. I remember certain French shows though, like when we were starting out, you know. I remember the Thunderbird Lounge, you know. I remember like a lot of the really small underground shows that we did were fucking crazy, man. They were cool. And like it's funny now, like we go to sometimes we'll play the same venue and like we'll play in the big hall that I didn't even know existed, and like the merch stand is on the stage that we previously played. Like that's where the merchandise is set up, you know. It's like, so anyway, but that's cool. No, I mean, we, you know, it's always good to be back. We haven't had much traction in France, you know, for some reason, but now that our label has changed, you know, we have a lot more promo, and a lot of people behind the scenes really love us here. But we've just, you know, traditional heavy metal in France is not as strong as it is in other European territories. But hey, we're still here. We're still coming, you know, and we still appreciate the people that got us here, you know.
Okay. So you play with SACRED REICH, opening for SACRED REICH until mid-December for this European tour. What are your plans after?
We're going to be recording mid-December through the end of March, and then we start a U.S. tour in April. Very cool package we have. We haven't announced it yet, but it's a very, very, very strong thing that I put together. And that's going to be cool. We are playing the Decibel Beer and Metal Fest in Philadelphia. We haven't announced this either, but I'll give you the exclusive. We have a Night Demon beer coming out in April 3rd. It's called the Darkness Remains IPA, and it's going to be cool, and that will be coming out at the Decibel Metal and Beer Fest in Philadelphia. I mean, I look forward to that. It's cool. I mean, I guess every band has a beer now. I guess we should have done it, you know. I mean, we always try and be trendsetters in our own way and kind of do things before other bands. But I mean, some things you just, you know, and it wasn't a thing that we had spearheaded ourselves. It was kind of already being done, and fans were telling us, "Hey, man, you got to try your beer." We're like, "What?" Like it was on tap at this bar at this local brewery. Yeah. So I hit them up and said, "Hey, no," like, and they go, "Oh man, we're just big fans." And so I said, "Okay, these guys are actually really cool, you know." Yeah. So I said, "Okay, so instead of this, from now on, like, just ask us at first, you know, but like, let's take it one step further. Let's can the beer and let's go out and market it, you know." That's kind of where we're at with it. So that's going to happen, and then we'll be back to Europe with some new music in May, and we'll be doing a headlining tour then with a lot of festivals. And then through the summer, we just have festival one-offs all through the summer. And we have, you know, that's been this whole year. This is actually our first tour this year. We've been doing one-offs. It's been crazy. Like we decided not to tour this year to write a record, and just people started calling, and it's like, okay, like, you know, it seemed like every other weekend we're going to some country or some other state, and it's been nice. The frequent flyer miles are adding up.
Okay, cool. So to conclude, Jarvis, did you have something to add and some words for your French fans that will, I'm sure, become bigger and bigger?
Yeah, I just want to thank all the French fans for sticking by us, and like the ones that, like, we know the ones that keep coming back. It's crazy. We've grown here for sure, not exponentially as we have in other places, not at the clip you would think, but you know, we played the in 2015, I want to say, we played the Un Dos Two metal show in Paris. It was pretty cool, like a television show, and like we played live on there, and like it actually was pretty cool. And like you know, I want to shout out to Roger Replica, our publicist out here, and you know, all these guys that are working for us behind the scenes, and to the Hellfest guys, we're ready for you, man, and we will bring something special.
Thank you, Jarvis. This was Jarvis from Night Demon at Limoges, opening act from with SACRED REICH on the European tour. We wish you a lot of good things for you, for the band, for your family, and sure you will become bigger and bigger in France. I'm sure of that. Thank you, Jarvis.
Yeah, no worries. And if we don't get bigger, that's not the name of the game. You know, we're happy with what we have, and we're happy with the people that are actually currently supporting us. So there we go. Thank you, guys. If you guys keep coming, we'll keep fucking playing. All right.
Okay, and be patient. The new album is coming next year, and the beer too is coming. So be patient. Check the social networks, so on. Thank you, Jarvis. Have a good show. Bye bye.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.